Let's talk about your speaker website. So first of all, do you need one? Do you need a speaker website? I think you absolutely do. I think it's an extension of you online. It allows you to position yourself as a go-to expert. It also allows you to showcase yourself and to send clients and prospects to one place to see everything. Yes, I know you're going to have LinkedIn, and yes, potentially you'll be with speaker bureaus, but your website is where you show up in full for anybody looking to book you. And what I'm going to do in this section is take you through some of the essentials. And there's also a handout for you with a bit more information and help from my speaker website expert who will look at it from a wider point of view, from the website design, etc. So first of all, things to consider. The URL. Ideally, that should be your name. Personally, I think it should be a .com, but it may be different depending on what industry you're in and what market you're in, who your end clients are. So you're not necessarily needing a .com. I have mariafranzoni.com. I'm very lucky because my name is not so familiar. However, if I couldn't get mariafranzoni.com and I was a speaker, I might have Maria Franzoni Talks or the Maria Franzoni or Maria Franzoni Speaker or Maria Franzoni Speaking. But I certainly would have my name in the URL, okay? And I would look to do that if I were you, people by people. Definitely have a consistent brand and design across everything online. So that's, with regards to your website and anywhere on LinkedIn, your YouTube channels, wherever you are, have some consistency and some high level design and have some decent photos. Photos are really important. There's a lot more to be said about photography apart from having decent photos, and certainly we can go much more into depth, but on your website have some decent high-res photos. Certainly make it easy for a client when they want to book you to have decent photos. So have lots of great photography on your site. The About section is really important here for a speaker. It's really important to, again, you're positioning yourself as that go-to expert. But it's about more detail here, more detail about you and going deeper. And also I would in every section actually have 2 or 3 testimonials, different testimonials about yourself. So this is information about you. It's your expert bio that you would have written by now that really goes a bit deeper. In your speaker section, you actually want to go into the topics that you talk about. You want to have descriptions, not just the titles, and you also want to have the takeaways. You need to have more of that. With regards to your showreel, you probably want to put showreel video on your homepage, and you probably want more video here in your speaker section for people to see perhaps different videos. You might even have videos talking about the various topics. Include all the different ways that you can work, whether it's just a keynote, or whether you also offer masterclasses, workshops, coaching, mentoring. Say how you can work with your clients and also how you can follow up with them to embed any learning. If you have a book or books, definitely have a section on your books. A book makes you an author, therefore you're an authority. So obviously you're going to have written a great book, and a lot of your work will be based on your book and your book content. And you certainly want to be selling some whenever you get booked to speak. So here now, are you going to have a blog? Are you going to have a vlog? Are you going to have a podcast? Whatever it is, I think you should have somewhere where you are constantly adding new, fresh content, something that people can be sent to from an email list, and clients can absorb and get more content from you. You might have a podcast, and then that's great. You can put that on here. You might have a video, regular videos. You might have a blog. Whatever it happens to be, Google will be your friend if you keep adding great content. So this is where you might do it, and certainly I would do something on my website regularly. Contact information, absolutely obvious. If you're working with bureaus, are you going to put the bureau contact details? Are you going to put your contact details? Decide how you're going to work and where you want people to go to. Then there's a couple of other sections here. And again, this is not fully inclusive of all the sections you might include, but these are the things that I want to see as a booker. This one I think is great. FAQs, frequently asked questions. you can overcome a lot of people's objections by having an FAQ section. So if ever you've had an objection to something where somebody might be concerned with the fact that maybe your English is not your first language and they're concerned about that, you can answer that. Or maybe English is your first language and you speak very quickly and you want to reassure them that you know how to speak to international audiences. Or it might be something to do with the fact that, do you tailor? Which is always a concern. So here you can answer a lot of potential customers' concerns in the FAQs so that they're coming to you ready because you've already answered them. And listen to these questions from your clients and from prospects when they're coming to you to inquire, and add them. Keep updating this list. And then this section I absolutely love. And in fact, I'm going to give you an example of one because I think it's so good. Let me give you an example of somebody who does this really, really well. And this is somebody who couldn't get his website. This is Andrew Davis. He couldn't get his website name because somebody else had it. So the website is AKA Drew Davis. And what I love, this resources section, is specifically for people who have booked him. He has got on here, if I go to the correct page, I'll be able to scroll for you, bear with me. He's got on here images that you can download with their various sizes, lots of different ones. He's got his book covers, pictures of him in action. He's got an introduction script for you. He's got his bios, short, medium, and long, depending on what you need for your program. He's got his AV requirements. Doesn't it make it super easy? More AV questions and an allergy alert. He's even got intro music suggestions. I love that. Well, by the way, be careful with intro music because of licensing rules. Check that your client is allowed to play this music or otherwise get the license for yourself. Okay, and there you go. How cool is that? You can put a date on hold. He's even got calls to action. So how is that? That's pretty clever. I really like that. So those are my initial thoughts on websites. There is certainly much more that you can do too, and there's more information for you on the handout where my go-to speaker website advisor, Chris Wharton and Jude Wharton, have helped. So you can certainly pick that up. Thank you.